Big time, big occasion. Endfield is finally having patch 1.1 and you guys want to know what's going to happen during that patch. Maybe you missed out on the devlog announcement, so I'll just give you the key things that you need to understand. This patch is definitely going to feel like a smaller patch. I kind of predict that this is the smallest update that we will have versus all the other ones that will appear in Endfield later on. So sort of bear with it, I suppose. If you feel like it's a bit of a nothing burger patch, it really is. In terms of how I relate it to Arknights, this is like a repeat of Granny's in the Next Treasure. So you just have fun with whatever that occurs, and I'm personally more excited for 1.2. Still though, let me tell you what's going to happen in this one. First thing, the version update will have a maintenance that is 6 hours long, and all the servers are going to experience it at the same time. That means that we will get Tangtang all together as well. I have opened my viewer pools on Discord. If you want me to pool for you in your account, you can go to my Discord server, request it, and we will start pulling for everybody at the time that this happens. So if you want to see the list of time zones and where it occurs, I'm putting it on the screen right now so that you can take note, and I'll see you during the live stream. My favorite thing about Arknights Endfield versus Arknights is that we actually get a full-on timeline of events and what to expect. So this is awesome. Let's take a look at it together. On 12th March, you're gonna get Tangtang, and on 29th March, we'll get Rossi. Let me give you a bit of the details towards the banners. So for Tangtang, you can still get off-rate Gilberta and Yvonne at a lower chance, but basically if you fail the 50-50, those two might still appear. In the case of Rossi, Tangtang and Yvonne can appear. So this means that the first character that is finally out of the off-rate pool is Levantine. Very sad. There's all sorts of changes that I wish happen. You can go take a look after you've seen this video, if you haven't. That, still focusing on patch 1.1. Also, when it comes to the weapon banner, the same systems all apply. We get the confirmation over here. So weapon banners always last 3 banners long. This means that Gilberta's banner is still active during Tangtang, and then Yvonne's banner is active during Tangtang's and Rossi. Then for those 2 new weapons, the one for Tangtang and the one for Rossi, their signature weapons, they will still roll over into the later banners. So good in terms of trying to build up your Arsenal tickets to get the weapons you want. If you want to find out as to how Tangtang works or Rossi as well, I have done a video of the first breakdown. It might not have the 100% accurate information, but it gives you a general idea as to how you will be using these 2 units and why you should be excited for them. As mentioned, there was a devlog stream that you guys could have watched to see all the details of things that they changed. There's a lot of little QOLs, and I can't really name all of them at once. If I just read through this screen by screen by screen, they literally listed so many good changes for the game. And I think some of the things, if you read it for yourself, you'll be like, finally, they actually did that. Things like adding the map for zipline, getting auto-collect within the base, having more number markers on the map to tell you that a certain node is full. There's tons of stuff. So go and look at this video if you haven't, and I will continue to explain the more crucial things for this patch. So the main core things that you get to do is that your base will have new additions. There is no new outposts during this 1.1, so there's no plot of lands. You will be mainly working on your main AIC base with the introduction of cuprium ore. So it's a new material for you to get. It's gonna need hydro mining rig, which means you must pour water into the mining rig for it to transport into your base. Then there's going to be new formulas as well for cuprium component and the stringers, the better version of it. And there is new formulas and more complications for you to experience. So with cuprium component, it introduces new gear. This is probably the biggest confusion that I've seen in the community before this patch launch. So let me just clarify it for you right now. This is not a new rarity gear. This is still gold gear. As you can see, written right here, it literally says new gold quality gear. The whole point of this is that it's introducing the exact same sets. So there's no new set buff that you can get. All the same set buffs will retain, except that now it gives a different stat for you to increase. So like previously, for example, if you feel that a certain gear is only focusing on intellect and strength and never did agility even once, that's the point of this other side of things. So for the same sets, it's giving the other stats and substat that didn't appear before, which is gonna be so good because I think some of you feel it right now that certain units in the game might be using a certain set, but it doesn't feel like the biggest attack boost. Like for instance, you might be feeding Pogranichnik the stagger set, but it doesn't actually up his main stat. Now with this cuprium component, you are able to do so for him. So That's the whole point of it. It's just another material that you farm and to build other side of stuff. Okay? Then there's going to be water treatment plant, so new formulas to deal with again, and a new conduit, which is a unique upgrade whereby you don't have to pipe everything all around the world. Instead, it's an underground pipe where the pipe will go down and up, making it look a little bit more aesthetic, and perhaps there might be purposes as to why you want to do this next time. Now, I do also want to cover this because I do find this quite interesting. So, when it comes to the weapon supply, as you all see in the Battle Pass, if you buy the one that you can purchase with OG, they do give you a weapon crate. And if you buy the paid one, it gives you another weapon crate. So the weapon crates in this game gives you what would be like an alternative version to the signature weapons. They usually operate at like 80-90% of the true highest possible attacks that you can get from using them. So they're still really good. If you miss out the signature weapon, you should try to use the Battle Pass to try to feed the unit that you have. So the previous weapons that you could have chosen are all still staying within the Battle Pass next. So you now have 5 weapons to choose. You can go from Leviathan alternate all the way down to Rossi's alternate, which is pretty nice that they did this. I do wonder if they'll phase out the Leviathan's alternate one later on, but yeah, just something that I thought to bring up. It actually brought to my attention that this weapon in itself, Glorious Memory, even though it's supposed to be the alternate weapon for Rossi, it's actually a really good weapon for Chen. Chen might have a very good 6-star option because it's literally going to help her with agility boost. She doesn't mind getting critical rate up and she applies vulnerability very easily. Insane. Alright, so coming back to the schedule of this patch, by the way, if you haven't noticed, it's just a 34-day patch, which if it stays this way for the future of Endfield, I'd be really happy because it means that we get newer maps much quicker, newer enemies, newer game modes and content. I do hope that it always stays like that. It's much faster than the other 3D gacha games that appear, but only time will tell if they commit towards it. Even so though, during this 1 month of a patch, not that interesting, at least for me. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys. So I'm just going to go through from top to bottom. They are still going to give the daily login event that has 5 free banner pools for you to get. You can also buy it within the store, so 10 free to play buyable pools that, or more like login pools that you can get. Then there will be the combat drills. Then there is the guide event, which is just basically simple missions for you to play the brand new map. Supply event, it's like a bit of a escort mission. You take something, you put it somewhere else, so it's gonna be very simple for you to play. Delver the Cryptic is pretty fun. I love Delver the Cryptic, and I'm glad to see that it's coming back with a second set of hopefully harder puzzles. Cleanse and Rinse is almost like playing the Power Wash Simulator within this game. It's really just for fun, so fine. It's funny that there's double sanity discount that's gonna happen. So I think players have all kind of highlighted that they wish that it keeps appearing and they just cheapen everything out, but we'll take it for what they give to us. Survival training is probably the most fun thing to expect during this point in time because it's not so much about trying to kill the enemies, it's more so, as the word implies, survive the stage. So there will be a lot of things trying to kill you, and I think you have to make sure that you stay alive towards the end. It's very different from just trying to out DPS something, and instead it's about maybe do you have your own mechanics that you can use to avoid the enemies. I mean, you can dodge, but there might be some stages that might not even let you do that, so it's gonna be interesting. Ashbase Salvage will get Zone 4. I'm not looking forward to it because I don't like Ashbase Salvage. You will know why when you listen to my Endfield review. Umbral Monument, it's okay. They're releasing the 3rd set of Umbral Monument and there will be limited time rewards, but it's also going to be permanent, which you can play in the future. So yeah, if you look towards all of these, it's just a pretty simple patch really. 1.2 is definitely slated to be a more interesting one, simply because they did mention during the devlog stream that that one will come with 2 maps and it's gonna be quite a bit bigger in terms of the main story and probably really hype characters to look forward to as well. I do hope that they try to introduce much better replayable loops in the future. Yeah, we shall wait and see. That's all the information that you need to get for patch 1.1. I hope you guys will have a good time. I'll see you during my live streams. We'll play and enjoy this all together. Alright, see you guys in another video. Bye bye.